Normal mode boss Subzero was pretty easy, barely an inconvenience, but you see the one that is in Heroic 1, you have to be careful. Oh. Number one, this one has more health. So that means that you are going to need to do more damage, obviously. But there's the annoying passive of the armor, where, okay, no, that's not even the annoying one, but let's just talk about that passive before we talk about the actual annoying passive. So the first passive or the modifier of this boss, where the boss has three armors, and to remove the armor, you need to do 25 hits, 25 hit special rather. That can be annoying, but I have seen that with the dot damage from Batuma the Drowned, that's not really an issue because my original impression was that he's going to reduce the dots, and it seemed like he reduced dots in normal mode, but it seems like the reduction on dot damage is really not that much. Where you see real reduction is in the regular damage. Yeah, so any regular direct damage would obviously go through that. We obviously have issues with his armor. So I guess his armor is more of a defense, or maybe I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. But what I know is that Batuma the Drowned is your ideal choice here. Don't I know you might want to use League of Anarchy. Yes, League of Anarchy could work, but I think this boss is immune to stun. I believe. I think yeah. So well, you could use EPI maybe, but I think I would just say reserve Batuma the Drowned for this fight. Then use your League of Anarchy on a different fight in when you get to like tier 5 of this heroic one. So yeah, that would work. So apart from that annoying armor we talk about, I'm going to also talk about the reflect damage. Guys, be careful when you are doing special against this boss. Of course, once you've used your Zatanna's puppet, you become unblockable, that won't be an issue. But before that, if you accidentally do that is now regardless of the team you are using, whether Batuma, the Drowned Metal team, or League of Anarchy, or wherever team you use, if you accidentally do special when this boss block, you are going to take a huge amount of damage. That reflect damage is strong. So whenever this boss blocks, he is going to reflect any the damage you do to him. So that is the special attack damage you do to him. So just be very careful about that. I know not everybody will have a strong a Batuma the Drown team, so you may want to use your League of Anarchy. Maybe you may not have the option like me to save League of Anarchy for a different fight, but I would just advise you. If you have Batuma the Drowned available here and it's good enough to one shot this boss, then use Batuma the Drowned. If not, you're going to use another team. Just be careful not to do special when this boss blocks, or else do like two specials and that character is gone. So yeah, a word is enough for the wise. Well, the next annoying boss, not in fact, I'm using annoying lightly, honestly, guys, because annoying in this solo raid is it's just and let's say a little bit annoying. Like let's call it inconvenient a little bit. Let's say it's a bit inconvenient. So let's go for that word because annoying. We've had annoying solo raids. I'm pretty sure this one doesn't rank among the previous solo raids we've had. So yeah, this particular boss, you are not going to be able to stun this boss normally. Yeah, so your normal special 2 from Heartbreaker Harley Quinn is not going to work in this match. But you are going to be able to stun this boss if you do specials and steal the boss's crown. So yeah, you could still use Heartbreaker Harley Quinn, but you need to rely on when you steal the crown by doing two specials to stun the boss. So that could work for you. But personally, I would say use EPI. Yeah. And unfortunately, in this match, I didn't actually get to use EPI because guess what? You don't need EPI in this match. Actually, Zatanna is going to do enough damage to take down this boss because it's just heroic 1. But of course, moving forward in future heroic modes from heroic, let's say maybe from heroic 2, I would think, or maybe 3, yeah, you would definitely need to use your EPI to do the damage because Zatanna's damage would no longer be enough at that point. But yeah, this match I was also going to showcase to you guys Kamidogu Dagger on EPI. I know I've had the video before where I showed it, but I want to show it again, but I didn't get a chance to because I just saw Zatanna was killing it. She was doing a great job. So I was like, let her shine. This is her time. So maybe on tomorrow's video, I'll showcase Kamidogu Dagger again with the EPI team. Anyways, that was quite fun. This match should not cause much problems for you, especially if you have Gale of Steel, because don't forget this boss could stun you on tagging. So yeah, but Gale of Steel, make sure that that's not going to be an issue for you. So if you use Gale of Steel and any team that does well with Gale of Steel, which is basically LOA team or Batuma the Drown team, yeah, then you will do well. But even if you have a different team that you want to use here, maybe something like Raven and Koam. Then you could just add Girl of Steel as the third member, and I believe the specials from Raven will be enough to activate the shield that will prevent you from getting that stun. And of course, you also get to stun the boss by doing your own specials with Raven and King of Atlantis Aquaman. So yeah, you have lots of options. Girl of Steel, of course, is the number one support choice. Then you could plug in whatever damage dealing team works for you in this match. And that match would not be nearly as annoying as it would be without using Girl of Steel. So yeah, don't get it twisted. Anyways. So this match, I was trying to showcase Kamidogo as well, but trying to see how good Kamidogu is with just Batuma on the ground. The health wasn't really enough, but I was still able to do some damage. In fact, this match came first before the match where I use my Batuma the Drown to fight Mr. Freeze. So one thing I would add as well for the Batuma the Drown match against Mr. Freeze, you would notice towards the end of that match, you could go back to check it out. But towards the end of that match, you would notice that my damage was scaling by 1 million. So as I was approaching, like if I get to 200% damage, I've noticed that okay, it has gone from 7 million dots to 8 million dots and all that. So that could be a really good use for Kamidogu. But like I said before, this artifact is not, I don't think it's meant for solo raid because the two teams that can really benefit from it, which is League of Anarchy and the Metal team, already have plethora of free and paid artifacts that work so well on them. So you don't really need Kamidogu for them, but that doesn't mean that Kamidogu cannot work for them. You saw my damage was obviously scaling by 1 million by as I was proceeding, and I didn't even get to 1000%. So I believe if you get to 1000% with Batuma the Drown, that's going to be a huge amount of damage. Yeah, so I'll probably do another test with just Batuma the Drowned without Robin King, just like I did on this video, but with more health to get to see the maximum damage I can do with Kamidogu Dagger on Batwoman the Drowned. So that would be quite interesting to test out. And yeah, uh, somebody said on my last video that Kamidogu Dagger is not for solo raid or raids, that is for league invasions. And that got me thinking, what really could this artifact do in league invasions? What are the passives of Kamidogu Dagger? Basically, you are doing up to 1000% damage on your basic attacks. Now, that 1000% damage is doesn't it's not it's basically nothing in league raids and solo raid. But if you think of it, that 1000% could do a lot for you in league invasions because the boss's health are not as massive as in raids and solo raids. Anyways, that's about it. If you enjoy my videos, smash the subscribe button and I'll see you on the next one.